If if I were to ever commit suicide, first of all, if you're thinking of committing suicide, don't do it. It's not good at all. And by the end of this video, I can even explain to you a very, very logical reason why you shouldn't commit suicide. Okay? But here's the thing. Uh, this is a scenario if I were to do it. First of all, I would either do it on January 7 or March 31st, uh, or July 18th, um, or December 31st. Why does this specifically? Well, January 7th is the day when my mom died. And, you know, obviously I love my mom, and everybody loves their mom. Um, I'm sure, and I'm going to say my mom's the best mom in the world, but I'm sure everyone's going to say it about their mom, or most. But it's also a day where, again, my life, it was shocking because I thought it was headed towards one direction, where I was literally going to live in Canada with my mom, and she seemed to be happy with her uh, new husband, and everything was good. And then she died, and everything went downhill. And although I wouldn't say my life was bad afterwards, actually, a couple of other tragedies happened in the next few years. But I think a lot of good things happened. Anyway, March 31st, my birthday. If I were to choose a day I would die, I would choose my own birthday. Seems like a good way. Die the same day you were born. July 18th was my mom's birthday, and I remember her telling me if she would ever to decide, like if she were to ever talk to God, oh, God asked her like, oh, when do you want to die? You know, she would say July 18th. Not that she wasn't going to commit suicide. She just literally was like, oh, if I had to pick a day, think about it. If you want a day to die in a year, just randomly, July 18th. And then December 31st because, well, it's the last day of the year. So, I don't know, makes kind of sense. End the year off. But yeah. And then that's the day I would choose. But before then, I would calculate how much uh, I would like borrow money from banks and stuff. Not from friends, because I don't want to leave my friends in debt. But I would like, or family, obviously. I borrow money from banks and, you know, just spend as much and party and just have the time of my life for the 3 months or 6 months, depending on what it can get me. And and then, so can I pause record? All right. So yeah, I would just party and have the best time of my life, best days, and just be super excessively happy. And then yeah, I would commit suicide on one of those 4 days. Next, before I would do it, I would definitely live stream it, or at least make a video of it on YouTube and upload it, because there's so many things I have to get off my chest before I go. I I don't want to go out quietly. And then, so yeah, definitely not. But also like make sure I get a nice haircut, which is why I'm saying I'm not committing suicide right now. This is a good. The beard looks okay, but I don't like my haircut. I don't know. I'll get a haircut. I'll wear a red shirt. I think red looks better. Um, but yeah. I would try to look the best, and I would say my final pieces. Would say how I feel about everybody, um, and I would call out one or two family friends. Um, and when I think about it, that sounds kind of mean, but no, I would. There's one or two people that I would want to call out before I go. Next, I would emphasize to my friends, like my friends and family, like listen. I would also make the video in Farsi and English. Like, listen, it's not your fault, okay? Because that's the scary thing about suicide is people. I saw a video of by Canada's greatest psychologist, um, and he was like saying like people always blame themselves, and that's the sad part. They're like, bro, it's not your fault because people automatically go like, oh my god, if I didn't make fun of Alex, if I didn't tell Alex that joke, if I didn't laugh at him, if I didn't, if I was nicer to Alex, this is my fault. It's not your fault, dude. It's not your fault. I don't want anybody to feel guilty. Um, well, maybe there's one or two people I do want them to feel guilty, but trust me, I haven't talked to those people in like 5 years, so I doubt they would even feel guilty. Um, although, yeah, maybe they would. But I would try to emphasize to my friends and family, like, listen, it's not your fault, dude. It's not your fault. Relax. It's not your fault. There's nothing you could have done. Okay. I have a friend. She's really nice, um, and we're just friends. Okay. And I feel bad for her, and there's like a lot of people, girls and guys, and everybody. I don't want them to feel guilty at all. I don't want them to be like crying and like, oh, dude, if I was nicer to Alex, if I told Alex I love him more, if I gave money to Alex, no, 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 it's not your fault. Let it go. Like, you are not to blame. And one of the things I would counter would be like, if you're guilty, if you think it's your fault, would you say the same about somebody else? Like, would you say the same about another friend of mine? Would you say, oh, it's his fault? You wouldn't, right? You wouldn't say, oh, it's that guy's fault. He should have been nicer. So why would you say that about yourself? Hmm? If you wouldn't say that about some other guy, why would you say that about yourself? So it's not your fault. I would really try to emphasize. If anything, I might even, I don't know, like maybe a week before I commit suicide, I would probably like start a fight with my close friends. Uh, I'd probably have to lie, uh, you know, just break my lie streak and, start something just to piss them off, just so they wouldn't miss me as much. But the funny thing is, a lot of my friends, actually, like almost, yeah, like most of my friends are pretty smart people, even if they're not smart, like fucking, when it comes to knowledge of psychology, they're smart when it comes to knowledge of human behavior or even my behavior. So they might see through it. So I don't know. I have to make it really convincing. But yeah, no, I'll try to make sure. Listen, it's not your fault, dude. You did nothing wrong. So yeah, um, I would have the time of my life. We could date. And last but not least, I would certainly try to store my sperm somewhere because I've always wanted to be a father, and so I'd probably want somebody to carry on my legacy. But other than that, yeah, then I wouldn't even live stream it because live streaming it, my biggest worry would be like if it were to get taken down on YouTube. So I would make sure to record a video and then upload it to YouTube. So and I would make guaranteed like make sure it goes on. I would also yeah get any. I was gonna say I would transfer the ownership of all my social media accounts, but I would also honestly I was gonna say I would like give the password to all my crypto stuff, but I really wouldn't because I would again blow every single penny I have. So I wouldn't have any money to my name anyway. And then yeah. Also beforehand, I would definitely buy life insurance and donate 50% of life insurance to my close friends. Actually, no, maybe I'll do it three-way. I do 33% to my close friends and family probably, and then 33% I would do a giveaway. Actually, no, why would I do a giveaway? No, I would do a giveaway, and then 33% to a charity for male suicide. Because again, in North America, 80% of suicides are men, so I would definitely want that. But yeah, that being said, here's a very logical reason on why you shouldn't commit suicide. Okay, when it comes to the world, no matter what your religion, philosophical view is, it pretty much comes down to two views. Do you believe, in a God, an afterlife, heaven, hell, or you don't believe in a God, afterlife, heaven, hell? Basically, no matter what your religion is. Now, most religions do believe in hell. Most religions do believe if you commit suicide, you go to hell. But even if you're in a religion that doesn't believe in hell, you still believe in an afterlife, right? And or punishment, or even a reincarnation of some sort, right? And that's gets to the whole messy territory. I'm just going to go with again. I mean, first of all, if you're in a religion that you believe you committing suicide, you go back or you go to heaven, bro. What are you doing on earth? Commit suicide right now, like, dude. Let's go to heaven. But again, most religions believe in again hell. There's a punishment for committing suicide. This is why they don't encourage suicide. Um, so logically, it's either there is a God, there is a hell, or there's no God. When you die, you just go to dirt. Let's look at both. If there is hell and you commit suicide, you go to hell, then why would you commit suicide? You're literally guaranteeing yourself to go to hell. So don't do it, dude. Like, no matter how bad your life isn't as bad as literal hell. Okay? But let's say you don't, there is no God. You just go to dirt. Nothing happens. You go to a long. Well, then, dude, if there's no afterlife and this is the only life you have, then why would you commit suicide? Just enjoy your life. Don't end it. This is the only life you have. So don't end it. So again, logically speaking, I'm not trying to be philosophical, emotional, whatever. Just pure logic. Either there is a hell, which nobody wants to go. That's why it's just literally a definition of hell. And if there's no hell, there's nothing. Then why would you want to go? This is your only life. So why did you waste this only life? So logically, both possibilities are meaningless. This is why I would never commit suicide, and I don't think anybody else should. Logically, both both possibilities are terrible. Now, if I believed, let's say there's a religion that believes if I kill myself, I go to a fucking, I get 60 bitches and party all day. Oh, I would have committed suicide like 10 years ago. What the fuck? But nobody believes that. Because if that's the logical thing, then yeah, fucking let's go party. So again, this is why you should never do it logically, no matter what religion you are, or even if you don't believe in religion. And logic doesn't make sense. But this was just a hypothetical. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. Have a good day.